Okay, I think we're live.
Angie do D&D. It's Hey Angie. Yeah. Yeah, Jenna.
Oh my gosh, that was excellent. That was excellent. That was the intro we deserve. Hi,
What does it say
everyone.
about? Hi.
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 This is Genna,
And this is Amy.
and you're listening here to our podcast working title, A&G D&D.
Yes.
And this
Or did I
episode
mess
is,
that up? And is it D&D with A&G? My bad. I think
I
I
think
did that.
any, I think any of that's all of that's on the table. I like
Love it. Love
D&D
it.
with A&G. That's good.
Love it. Love it.
Um, this
Love it.
week is all about cereal. But before we get into
Yes.
that, we'll sort of tell you a little bit about what we're doing here. Um,
Absolutely.
Amy, you want to give some background on the
Sure.
D&D alignment chart and how we're
I would
putting it
love
to
to.
really good use?
I would love to. Thank you, Jenna. So, never having played Dungeons and Dragons myself, I I come to this chart as a layperson, and to describe it first visually, because I do think that's helpful, and maybe we'll pop up an image when we get this out to the public. But it's essentially a grid, and across the top it goes from lawful to chaotic, from lawful to neutral to chaotic, and then down. So that was really talking about the x-axis, the horizontal axis. And now for the
Uh-huh.
y-axis, the vertical axis, it goes good, neutral, evil. And
Uh-huh.
essentially, my understanding was that this chart was a helpful way for folks who actually do D&D, which, as an aside, now I feel like if I could do school over again, I might have gotten into Dungeons and Dragons. But
I have a D&D
I
sidebar when you're done explaining this.
Oh, I'm excited to hear it. Okay, good. But it's supposedly a way to sort of help categorize what certain types of characters, their motivations and their actions and things of that nature. And very quickly, it's pretty intuitive, but lawful to neutral to chaotic. Lawful is a type that's very into rules for the sake of rules, very into order for the sake of order. And then all the way to chaotic, which, as you might assume, actually is sort of antagonistic to
Off
laws
the
and
rules.
orders
Yeah.
for the sake of the fact that they are laws and orders. And then good, neutral, evil should be, I think, probably pretty intuitive.
We're
Okay, I
doing
want to hear.
Yeah,
Yes.
we're doing this thing at my work. I know it's going to be shocking to everyone that we don't get paid enough to do this full time, but
Yes, that's true.
we're doing September self-care at my work. And part of
Oh,
what that looks like is every day there's an optional meeting at 10 a.m. for 15 minutes where a different person has volunteered from the company to lead about self-care. So on Friday the 13th, which was just this past Friday, at the time of this recording, I led a tarot draw, because
yes.
that's like my form of self-care. But one
Yes.
of the first people who went was this guy that works on our web team, and he does Dungeons and Dragons, and he feels like it's escapism, and he feels like it's really relaxing. So he like walked us through like how it works, and like put a situation out there and let us as a group decide how we would react. It was so cool.
Oh my
And he's
God. Did you
apparently
tell
like
him
done
about this podcast?
I did. I had already told him about it in advance. When I knew he was into Dungeons and Dragons, I like said, I don't know anything about it, but I'm doing this podcast. And so the first thing he said when I went into his session, he was like, "Have you done the cereal yet?" I was like, "I haven't," but I did tell him what my chaotic. I told him one of mine, and he said, "Is that your chaotic evil?" And I was like, "Yes."
Ooh, I like this. Uh,
Um.
how
So
fun
anyway,
is
it just got
that?
really cool. Hmm?
That's amazing.
Yeah. And he does
I
it like
love.
he like leads he's like a professional. I don't know if that's what you call it, like dungeon master. So he's
Oh, yeah,
online. You
yeah.
can like sign up to join his groups that he leads, like doing the
That's
that.
incredible.
It sounds very cool and very creative. Like it was interesting.
You know, I was talking just the other day about, I don't remember who I was talking to, but about how there's not enough opportunities for unabashed play for
Yeah.
adults, you know,
Yeah.
like just to play. And I feel like Dungeons and Dragons is an example. Just went to Dragon Con a couple weekends ago, and that felt like, an experience where adults could just kind of play.
You did?
I did, yeah,
That's awesome.
yeah, me and some of my girlfriends.
I
Do you
did
remember
not know
the movie
that.
Heathers? Do you remember the movie Heathers with Winona Ryder?
Okay, Todd is always trying, my husband Todd is always trying to get me to watch the movie Heathers. I've never seen it, but I know way
Jenna,
too much about it just from Todd
it
constantly
is
trying to.
it's totally unhinged and incredible. And I have to send you pictures so you can show Todd, because me and my friends Callan and Kara and Adrian, we went as Heathers
Oh my
to
gosh.
yeah. And people really recognized us. And we're
That's
like, Heathers, because apparently there
like
was a
Dragon
musical.
Con has really expanded to be more, it's like,
Oh yeah.
yeah, like what is how
It's
wide
not
of a
just
net are we
dragons
casting?
now.
Like what is it?
You don't have to just dress like a dragon now, kids. No, it's like it's like fantasy, sci-fi, anime, and I think the sort of like cult kind of
Okay.
you know what I mean?
But
So
Heathers isn't
campy.
fantasy, sci-fi, or anime.
Yeah, maybe camp. Maybe camp. Let's call it camp.
Yeah, okay. I love
But I
that.
will say the thing that is so great about it is that you're like, so for example, we saw Ray Gun, somebody dressed up as that woman who participated in the Australian breakdancing competition. Like,
Oh, okay. Yes.
so I would also say it's like camp and like camp references to pop culture as well. So it's like very, very broad, and it's very exciting to see how creative everybody can be. And I think
Yeah.
that's what I love about Dungeons and Dragons, is it like sort of gives adults an opportunity to be playful,
Yeah.
like this podcast.
Exactly like this podcast. So each week on this podcast, we're going to take a different topic or theme, and we're going to fill out our own. Amy and I separately in advance of the recording have filled out our own D&D alignment chart based on that theme. So this week is cereal. And then we kind of go through our decisions and how we arrived. And then yeah, and then you can come at us later and tell us where we fucked up and what you would have
Tell
done
us
different.
how we're wrong. Also, Jenna, how do you feel about adding a lightning round where one of
Ooh.
us just picks, like I'll pick a cereal and I'll be like, what do you think? Where does it
Oh,
go?
I love that.
Okay,
I
I do too.
love that. Okay,
And then you
cool.
can do one for we can either both do a lightning round to each other each week, or we can switch off, or we can do whatever we want, because we're
Yeah.
chaotic good, you know? So
Yeah.
we hate rules.
Yeah. Oh my God, yes. But also like they help me. So I don't know that I
Yeah,
am.
no, it's true, true. I'm actually chaotic neutral, I think. Oh, not a
What
chaotic
are all
neutral.
the rules? I don't want to get one
That
wrong.
doesn't even make sense. I just said something that's nonsensical. Somebody's definitely adding me for that. Sorry. Good, neutral, good. Excuse me. Already messing up.
Well, do we want to dive in with some cereal?
Let's dive in.
I have to preface, so I initially, when I started filling this out, when we chose this topic for this episode,
Hmm.
and I just did it based on cereal, pretty straightforward. And I felt like it was, I felt like it was just a little like ho hum. So I kind of like scrapped that.
Oh, I
And my
like this.
method of cereal, I actually have applied it to cereal mascots, is what all of mine are based
Yes.
on. It's based on the mascots of the cereal. So that's my
I
approach.
like. I took that into account
Sure.
chaotically, let's say.
Yeah.
There wasn't really any rules. And before we get started, I figured maybe I would just give everybody a little background on cereal really fast.
Oh, yes. Love
What do you
that.
think? What do you think?
Please tell us a little bit about cereal.
I'll tell you a little bit about cereal direct from cereal's Wikipedia page. A cereal is a grass cultivated for its edible grain. Cereals are the world's largest crops and are therefore staple foods. They include rice, wheat, rye, oats, barley, millet, and maize. Edible grains from other plant families, such as buckwheat and quinoa, are pseudo cereals. Who knew? Who knew?
Wow. So wait,
So there you go.
cereal itself is a grain?
It's like it's a grass called, maybe it's like an umbrella term for edible grain.
Whoa.
Apparently they were domesticated in the Neolithic, 8,000 years ago. Who knew?
If I knew that, I think it would have influenced my chart, honestly.
Honestly, me too.
It would have been like Lucky Charms, all marshmallows, isn't even a fucking cereal. Get off the grid. Get off the grid.
We're mind melding. Okay. So with that, from the Wikipedia page of cereal, shall we start?
Let's start. Where do you want to start this week?
Let's do. To me, lawful good is such a sort of an easy one to
Nice.
start with.
That's a nice. Yes.
Oh,
Okay.
should we, I guess before we've even started though, we said what the lawful, neutral, and chaotic are, and the good and the neutral and evil are, but perhaps it might be helpful to, before we start, say what lawful good.
Oh, represents
Yeah.
itself. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, in my mind, when I think of lawful good, it is someone who is following whatever rules or law are in place
Mm-hmm.
in pursuit of doing good.
Yes. I think that's right.
Like they're in yeah, yes. I
And
think
the
that's,
laws are kind of the good, right? So they're not going to break any laws to
yeah,
do good. It's Superman. It's not Batman,
right,
right?
right. Yeah, that's a great analogy. Yeah, like or Captain America. Yeah, it's
Captain
like they're
America. Yeah.
gonna do the right thing, but also
The
follow
right
the
way
laws.
to
Yeah,
them.
yes.
And I think we've talked about this before, Jenna, but lawful good does seem to be the wackest character on the chart.
Yeah, it's pretty lame. It's like kind of a lame. Although I like, I mean, anyway,
I
but yeah,
can't wait to hear
agree.
yours. I can't wait to hear
They're
yours.
kind of boring. It's like you don't really
Okay.
want to be their friend. They're not, they're like, you're like, okay.
It's
We
like you call them when you're like, help, can you pick me up from this party? You know, that's hateful.
yes, yes. So confusingly though, on that note, all of my lawful options kind of follow a pattern, and it is about the rules that restrict these mascots from
Ooh, I
getting
like
the
this.
cereal. So it is like the laws are in place to prevent these mascots from getting the cereal. So all of my lawful options kind of have this this is what is the central theme to them. And
Love
in my
it.
lawful good category, I have from the cereal Cookie Crisp, which I feel like I remember being
Oh,
a favorite
Cookie
of
Crisp.
there are three named characters involved with Cookie Crisp. Do you know them? Do you know them?
I just know, I know the categories. I don't know their names. I know
There's
like what they are. Yeah.
there's the Cookie Crook. So he's stealing the cookies. He's stealing the Cookie Crisp. There's like a cop, which I left him off of this. He's not involved in my
A
situation.
gap.
I'm and there's the dog who you just did the mnemonic that he's known for, screaming the name of that, and his name is Chip, of course.
Oh,
So,
cutie boy.
so I have Chip the dog and the Cookie Crook, both from Cookie Crisp, as my lawful good. And my thinking on that is, um, they don't ever they're it's like a lot of these follow the same pattern. This all of these mascots where over the course of a commercial, they're trying so hard to get the cereal, and then it's always taken from them right at the finish. And that is the method. It's like a very Scooby-Doo method. It's like
I was about to say that's
it's
it's giving Scooby-Doo.
a very Scooby-Doo method of commercial.
Foiled again.
Yeah,
If it wasn't for you kids.
exactly. This follows that method. Chip the dog and the Cookie Crook never do get the Cookie Crisp. But I feel like because they are in fact thieves breaking the law, that is a good result of,
Got it.
of
I love this.
in the lawful good category. The law is being upheld. The thieves are not, they're not winning here, even if you might think they're cute. I also think using a dog going Cookie Crisp as a mnemonic to say the name and etch that in your brain is brilliant. The names of the characters are brilliant. So it's a little bit of my advertising mind is also just
Like
supporting.
well done.
Yes, I think
Like
it works.
marketing well done.
Yes. So that also goes into play because I work in the marketing space, not on cereals, unfortunately, but
Wow,
that's
honestly, that seems like it would be that would be a fun marketing
Yes.
Because literally as soon as you said it, that was I was like, ooh, like that is a sign of good marketing because I will always do that in response to hearing about Cookie Crisp, which I thought was a delicious cereal.
I felt like I remembered you liking that one a lot. I'm a cinnamon toast girl myself. Cinnamon toast
Don't
crunch.
even get me started on cinnamon toast.
Uh,
It's I mean, because as you know, well, maybe this is a good, I really appreciate your logic behind that one. I liked all the analysis. Fucking 5 out of 5 stars on that. And for me, I went in definitely a different direction. I'm not
Okay. Let's hear it. Let's hear it. Let's hear about your lawful good.
Well, and as a little bit of a tiny bit of context, I, as Jenna likely knows, as we've been best friends like basically our entire lives. And so we've known each other since we were 12, and I was like probably eating a different type of cereal every day. I love cereal. I love cereal. I think cereal is a great meal for any time of the day. It's a great midnight snack. It's just, I love cereal. Can't say enough about cereal. And I like cereal that is like super bad for you, like Cookie Crisp. And I like what people would think is the disgusting good for you cereal. I like
Grape
it all.
nuts. Do you eat grape nuts?
Yes. And listen to what I have for my lawful good just to show you. So for lawful good, I thought, okay, what are the rules for a cereal? What is it supposed to be? You know, what would good be? Well, it's supposed to, like, as we just learned from the Wikipedia page, it's some sort of edible grain. And let's say it's supposed to be a healthy breakfast, even though, you know, big cereal and big milk, I feel like we're in cahoots and really fooled our parents in the 90s. We were all addicted to sugar. But I put Fiber One in parentheses bran sticks as my lawful good, because I feel like, you know, the little sticks,
Yeah, like
the
they're like
twigs.
dark brown and
Yes.
they have there's no sugar involved. You have to add your own sugar to your taste to the
Oh,
amount that you can make it palatable.
oh,
Yeah.
and to be honest, I love those little twigs, man. I give them to me, baby. Straight to the dome, baby. I love them. My nanny used to have them, and I love them. And also, to me, they are like, there's no frills about this. We are following the rules. This is the rules. This is good for you, lawful good, Fiber One brand sticks, which I personally think are good. And shockingly, don't add any sugar to.
Wow.
I eat them.
Wow.
I eat them raw, baby. Well,
You're
add
raw
milk.
dogging
I,
Fiber One. What are they called? Something sticks?
well, I said brand sticks, but then I didn't look up like what the
But
actual name of it. Hold
I
on.
hope it's brand sticks. I hope they're like, we're not even going to try to sell this to you.
Let's look. It's called Fiber One. Oh no, it's just Fiber One cereal. Oh my God. And on the front of the box are the sticks, and it's got some blueberries in them. That's how I ate it.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay.
I did add something. I did add something.
That's okay. Wow. That's a good one.
You're like, didn't see that one coming.
No, I actually, in my original chart before I went with mascots, I did have grape nuts, but I think I had it in like
Some sort of evil.
I think I had it in a chaos position because it like would scrape my mouth to the point of bleeding. I felt
Like they're dangerous.
like
And also, what is a grape nut?
lots of questions, lots of
You know
thoughts.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Um,
do grapes don't have any type of nuts in the colloquial or the literal sense, I would say.
yeah, that's a good question.
Thank you. Let's put that in the parking lot. We're gonna have somebody on, maybe somebody can tell us what a grape nut is.
Oh my gosh. Okay,
Maybe General Pill.
pick our next one.
Oh, Jenna, I think I picked our first one.
Okay. Okay. I'll pick next. Let's see. I'm gonna go neutral evil.
Oh, dang. I feel like you are inside my brain because that's the one I was just looking at.
Oh, really? Well, will
Yeah.
you tell us how you would describe neutral evil?
Okay. Yes. So okay. So this is according to
Oh, you
easydamus.com. I don't know.
Ooh.
Not sure. But it does have Comic Sans as the font on the website. So
Oh.
whatever that's worth. Um,
Fonts could be a really good one.
we have to do fonts.
Fonts would be a really good one.
I have so many opinions about fonts. Okay.
Everybody does.
Add
Fonts would be
fonts.
good.
Because also I want to have a whole conversation with you about what fonts you like. And at the end of this, I think we should say what our favorite cereals are too.
Okay.
But
Okay.
I'm so curious to know about your fonts. Like, I'm so big on fonts. Okay. Add it to the list. Okay, so this says let me just go ahead and say, I think Comic Sans might be my neutral evil, or my chaotic evil, but no, that's gotta be Wingdings. Anyway, whatever, I'm on it, I'm on it. We gotta keep going. Okay, a neutral evil villain does what, let's not judge them. Let's not say villain. A neutral evil individual does whatever she, okay,
Wow.
website, assuming, good God.
Wow.
I'm gonna call it a he. A neutral evil villain does whatever he can get away with. He's out for himself, pure and simple. He sheds no tears for those he kills, whether for profit, sport, or convenience. They have no love of order and hold no illusion that following laws, tradition, or codes would make them any better or more noble. On the other hand, they don't have the restless nature or love of conflict that a chaotic evil villain has. Okay.
Mhm. I
That's
mean,
helpful
I
for the
always think
chaos.
of that the villain from the Avengers, like final, I can never remember his name, but the guy with the Infinity Stones, if he
Yes, yes.
snaps his fingers,
What
half
was
of the population will disappear, which is and
right.
wiping out half of the
Right.
entire existence of the universe is really evil.
Right.
However, he's doing it completely neutrally. Like he's not like, oh, but
Right.
these people have to stay that I love and care. It's just like it is with
Mm,
no emotion,
that's a
with
good one.
no feeling, just I feel like that he's like very true
I
neutral
like that.
evil to me.
Well, and what's interesting about his character too is that he thinks he's doing something good.
Right.
And so that adds a whole other, to me, like,
Right. Intention versus reality.
right,
Yeah.
exactly. Intention versus impact kind of a thing,
Mhm.
right? Like how does that play out? You know what? Let's get some D&D folks in the comments on that one. That's what I want to hear about.
Okay, well you go first this time. What is your
Okay,
neutral?
neutral evil. Oh man, I'm like, why did I pick this one? And I just have these like very, very obscure notes.
I
So
can't
I
wait
think
for the time that we have something in the same square. Like it's gonna happen, and I'm
it's totally
excited
gonna
for it
happen.
to happen.
It's totally gonna happen. My neutral evil is tricks,
Okay. Let's talk through it.
and the notes that I have on it are tricks. Parentheses, silly rabbit, tricks are for kids. and
Good
that's
note. A good note.
and that's all I got on it. But let me think about it. Okay, as somebody who does whatever, I feel like it's like these tricks are for kids, but this rabbit does not give a shit about that. This rabbit is going to do whatever it can to steal from these kids and get those tricks. So I think this one must have been a mascot one.
Okay. Okay.
That was a little weak.
Oh, I like it. I like it. The Trix rabbit is on my grid, but it is not in neutral evil, but it is
Is
close by.
okay. Oh, honestly, that makes me feel better. And when you talk about your tricks rabbit, maybe that'll rekindle some of my thoughts on my tricks rabbit.
My chaotic category
Yeah,
gets really out there. We go deep tracks on serial mascots. So
I
just
cannot
get
wait. I
excited.
will say doing research for this one was really fun.
It
I
was
watched like so many 90s cereal commercials were like just cinema, okay? Cinema.
and it was
But
like all we did from like 6 a.m. to 10
yes.
a.m. on Saturday morning was
Yep.
like
Saturday
get
morning
up before our
cartoons.
parents were awake and would be mad if we woke them up and sat our little butts down in front of the television and just watched Saturday morning cartoons. And it was the most joy and bliss.
God.
And that's where they put these ads out
How
there.
delightful,
It was great.
That was really
Great.
fun. Wow. We should do maybe we should do cartoons or maybe there's a more specific
Ooh,
anyway. But that one could be.
good.
Okay, tell us what your neutral evil is, Jenna.
Okay, so my neutral evil is Snap, Crackle, and Pop, which are the
Oh,
mascots
the
from Rice Krispies.
love it.
Here's particularly what is evil about this mascot. It is the sound your dish is making as as the cereal drowns. The names, these characters are based on the murder cries of the victims in your cereal bowl.
Help me, help me, help me, help me.
So weird. It's so weird. But then in some ways, oddly effective. Because
It is.
no other cereal makes these cries for
Like,
help as they're going down. So it's like I remember pouring milk into my bowl of Rice Krispies and waiting a second to listen to it scream before I ate it.
oh my God, that is amazing.
So that is why, in my opinion, it's kind of neutral evil. It's effective, but it's a little dark.
Honestly, it's just like it's the fear that really makes it delicious, you know? I can taste their dread.
And I also, going back to childhood memories, because before we had phones, children, we took pictures and printed them out at the fucking pharmacy and put them into albums that we carried around in our houses. And
Oh,
one of the most famous photos we have in my family photo albums is a morning I got up. I tried to get my parents to wake up, and they're like, just go watch cartoons. But I was hungry. So I was like, I'm going to make myself a bowl of cereal. I think I was like 3. I was very young and should not have been left unattended, but that's what we did in the 90s. And I pulled a chair, I dragged a chair across the
oh,
kitchen
Jesus.
floor. I climbed up from the chair to the counter. From the counter, I got to where we kept the cereal and the bowls. And then I attempted my little, all like, 35 pounds of me or whatever, tried to pour this box of like Sam's Club size Rice Krispies into a bowl. I couldn't support its weight. So I just poured the entire box just got dumped on the floor. And my parents thought it was so funny that they just, when they found it, I was horrified. I felt like I
Of
just
course.
wasted all this food. And I was so panicked, and they just like took photos of it. Like,
Of course.
and it's not just like one photo. It's like we have like 15 different angles of this bowl sitting in this chair next to this
Oh my
cabinet.
God.
It's just piled high with Rice Krispie treats, and they're just pouring off of the chair because the entire box got dumped everywhere.
That is okay. First of all, I have so many things to say about this. Number one, you've got to find that photo and upload it to our website. Number two, you were so independent from the jump. Look at you as a 3-year-old.
No, a bitch was just hungry. You know, Amy, like you do not leave me unfed. Like that is not how we roll. I must get my sleep. I need to wake up on my own accord. And
Ooh, that's a good one.
you should not let me go hungry.
That's amazing. I love the image of this. I love the independent, precocious 3-year-old Jenna. And also think about like today, those parents would be on TikTok like, oh yeah, look at our kid. He dropped all these Rice Krispies. And then he would be in the background like with all these Rice Krispies, like, what are they doing? And I'm like, oh, look at our kid. Oh, she dropped Rice Krispies. Oh.
Amy, for the people who are just getting audio, is doing a great talk dance choreograph on the spot. Very good. Excellent.
Thank you. Thank you.
Very good.
But you really do have to upload that picture to our website.
I will try to find it. Okay, that's my neutral evil. What is yours? No, wait, we did yours first.
You
Okay,
did mine. Wait, I have minimal notes on mine.
that's okay. We'll get there. Okay, you pick the next square.
Okay, next square I'm gonna do, because I have good notes on this one. I'm gonna do neutral good. I'm choosing neutral good. So what is
Okay.
oh, first let's tell people. I I have copied and pasted descriptions in this document, but only apparently the ones that I thought were the hardest to know. So I only have true neutral, and lawful evil. So I have to look this one up. All right. Unless you want to tell us, Jenna. I think I did the last one. So do you want to?
My notes on neutral good say I mostly follow the rules, but sometimes I'll bend them for a good reason. Important is that everyone is having fun.
Ding, ding, ding. That makes me love my choice even more. But I think you go first.
Yeah, either one. So my neutral good is the Cheerios B from
Oh, I
Cheerios. I
love him.
don't
Or
think he has
them.
a name. He's been around forever.
Iconic.
Yeah, it
Iconic.
relates to, there's honey or allegedly honey in the cereal, so relates to the cereal. Sorry, hold on. Todd's just getting home, so
Hey, Todd.
I'm gonna let Rutabaga in so he doesn't keep working.
Oh, Rudy, what a cutie. Rudy the cutie. Rutabaga, more like cutabaga.
He honestly could have let himself in. He just had to be fired up enough about it. So I feel like it's not offensive. It's not doing anything wrong. It's not no one's being restricted from having the cereal. Is contributing his honey to the cereal.
Love it.
It doesn't feel like chaos.
No.
Not necessarily a law that's being applied in any way.
Yeah.
It just feels like this neutral, good mascot for this cereal.
That sounds, I love this. I love this pick.
Tell me about yours.
Remind me what you said you had for neutral good?
No,
as in terms of what it is.
Oh, so my description of it says I mostly follow the rules. Sometimes I'll bend them for a good
For
reason.
a good reason, as long as everybody's having fun.
Right. So it's which I think everyone's having fun could be more broadly, as long as the ultimate outcome is
like utilitarian. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. My pick for neutral good is Oreo O's, baby.
Wow.
I don't even know if they still make these.
The nutritionists are going to be coming for us.
I picked Oreo O's because it's not bending the rules too much, because it's Oreos are best dipped in milk, And so Oreo O's aren't like breaking the rules that much. And they're only breaking the rules for a good reason. For all of us to be able to eat Oreos for breakfast, baby. Oreo O's, neutral good. One of my favorite cereals of all time.
We're noticing a pattern with Amy's favorite cereals also. If you're not sensing it between Cookie Crisp and Oreo O's, I am. But you also liked Fiber One. So
I fucking love those brand sticks. I love those twigs, baby. Yeah, I loved Oreo O's. Oh, and this is another thing that we should just sort of get on the record. Did you like letting your milk sit for, okay, hold on. Take a couple steps back.
I have very strong feelings about this.
See, this is important. So first of all, do you put, and this is a ridiculous question, but I feel like I have to ask it because I've seen some ridiculous things on the internet. But do you put in your cereal first or your milk first?
I put in my cereal first.
Of course you do, because you're not an insane person.
You're not a monster.
You're not a monster.
And then I added just the tiniest splash of milk. Like the cereal might not even know it's in there. Some cereal will be completely dry. And that's and then I eat it with the amount of speed and force, because I don't want a single bite of soggy cereal entering my body.
This is
I am not a slurp the milk at the bottom situation kind of gal either.
So this is why it came up for me, because I was about to say, like, part of the reason I love Oreo O's so much is that I love the milk that is left over from Oreo O's. I like, it depends on the cereal for me, because like if I'm, for example, Oreo O's, like if I'm eating an Oreo dunked in milk, like I have to time it perfectly. So it's still firm enough for me to bring it up out of the glass, but that's only as firm as I want it. And it melts in my mouth. And so I like some of the stuff, I like it to be like a little mushy wishy, but other ones, which we'll get to because they're on my chart, I like a little more crispy crunchy. So
yeah. Okay. I mean, that is partially why I like grape nuts, because you could soak that bitch all day and she would not stop.
And it's daggers.
She will tear up your mouth like she's a bulldozer.
She'll chew you up.
Well,
hold on though. So you would just put a breath of milk. You put a touch of milk.
Yeah, just barely.
Like in a coffee. Like you put.
And then I was immediately on the clock. Like get it in your body. You have 2 minutes. And I might be a little more leisurely if I knew I had a cereal with some integrity.
Oh, I like that. I
What
love
other
that.
guys?
I love that.
Rice Krispie treats. You listen to them howl, and then it's done. You gotta get in there. You have no time.
That's my favorite one, by the way. Help me. No. Ow, ow.
The sounds of your cereal drowning is our mascot. Totally normal. Okay, let's go true neutral. Let's go neutral neutral.
Let's do it.
Okay, you go first.
Okay, this is another one I have scant notes for, but I'm gonna wing it. All right, true
I'm ready
neutral.
for this one to be the one that we have the same.
Ooh, I don't know. This feels like a wild card pick for honestly as I'm looking at it. Well, but I did copy and paste true neutral here. So they don't commit to any particular moral code or legal system. Okay, I see some assumptions that Amy, who made this chart, was making when she made it. Okay,
I don't know why I picked this for this then.
see, that's why I'm like,
okay, actually it's coming back to me. Okay.
well, and here, there's more. So, they don't commit to any particular moral code or legal system, preferring instead to remain unbiased. Thus, they often refrain from taking sides or passing judgment on other perspectives and moral codes, so long as the beliefs in question aren't overly extreme. Remember, true neutral characters aren't totally ambivalent. They have ambitions, interests, and desires like any other character, as well as compassion. Many humans, I think I put this in here because I thought this was really interesting. Most humans are considered true neutral in D&D.
Huh. Okay.
They're
That's
simply
not like the
trying
main
to live their
characters.
lives.
Okay.
Like, so like, because, they have like elves and warlocks and I don't know. And I'm not knocking it because, like I said, I think I could totally get into it. But apparently humans are usually true neutrals. Hey, Todd. Oh, I love the blonde.
Thank you.
Looks good.
You.
Happy belated birthday.
Thank you very much. I don't want to interrupt the podcast.
Well,
You're our first guest. You're our first guest. Todd, tell us what your favorite cereal is.
Tricks. I was always
Yes.
Fruit Loops.
Oh, so you like the fruity ones?
In college, my big thing was get back from class, hit the bong, Fruit Loops on top of cookie dough ice cream.
Yes.
Okay.
Savage.
Incredible. Todd, everybody, our first guest. Todd. Give it up for Todd.
Please take the dog.
I really like his hair. It looks really good.
It does look good. Yeah.
It's
Okay, so we've defined so then you start with what your true neutral pick is.
Oh, I'm gonna have to. Well, I picked Frosted Flakes. Are you serious?
I had a feeling we were both going to be true neutral. I mean, it's Tony the Tiger is who I picked, but it is Frosted Flakes, in fact.
That's amazing. I love that in our first real episode, we got the exact same answer in one of our grids. That is incredible. Frosted Flakes. And I think it was like, it's like appeals to everyone. It's not rocking the boat. Tony the Tiger is very,
But there's corn, there's sugar.
That's right.
Doing all the things.
It's balanced a little bit in terms of, I don't know, it feels to me, Frosted Flakes, when I think of a cereal, I think of two, but Frosted Flakes is one of the two.
Well, when I think of that mascot, I feel like Tony the Tiger is just like a very iconic.
The most
mascot. But like, what the fuck does a tiger have to do with any of this? So that's like a little bit of my why you're in neutral. Like the bee belongs here because he's bringing the honey. This is a tiger wearing a blue bandana telling you they're. It's
oh my God, how did I never think about that?
I don't know what he's doing. Why is he named Tony? It's
Tony. Are you eating a lot of Frosted Flakes, Tony?
So
I am so love that we have the same one. I'm just letting my dogs out to be. Incredible.
Okay, you pick the next. We're almost halfway through this.
Oh my God. You're like, I don't think this one's gonna be as long as the other.
Go really fast.
I think we're going fast too. We didn't even give our we didn't even give our story this time. Okay. But people will learn. They'll learn over time.
I'll have to come back for that.
We'll have to come back to that. Okay, so how about we do lawful neutral?
Okay.
And that Actually, one I think I did because I put on my notes because that's another one that I have a hard time with sometimes understanding. And
Yeah.
this is lawful neutral is called the judge or disciplined alignment. A lawful neutral character typically believes strongly in lawful concepts such as order, rules, and tradition, and often follows a personal code. A lawful neutral society would typically enforce strict laws to maintain social order and place a high value on traditions and historical precedent. Examples of lawful neutral characters include a soldier who always follows orders, a judge or enforcer that adheres mercilessly to the word of law, and a disciplined monk. Guys, come, let's get a treat.
Mm. So my lawful neutral, following in all of my lawful being related to access to cereal for the mascot,
Incredible. First of all, love that.
is Lucky the Leprechaun.
Oh,
So kind of neutral because he's not breaking the laws to
right.
get to the cereal, to get to Lucky Charms.
Sure.
He does get them sometimes, I believe. He's not like the cookie crook and the dog. Um, I think he might be racist in modern times, which worries me a little bit. I don't know that's how the Irish prefer to be represented.
Probably
Apparently
not.
they changed his accent from Irish to American around 2005, so maybe that's because that was becoming a
First of all,
problem.
can I just say I love the research.
But I mean, I get it. It ties to the cereal nicely because there are marshmallow charms. That is what everybody wants. I mean,
I
it's
like
not
this
like
pick.
that was the right place for it.
I love that pick.
What did you have?
Again, I took more boring, I think, approach, but I was like, what are the rules for cereals? And then I was like, what is a
That's not
cereal?
boring. I love that. I love that.
But then I was like, what are the like who is somebody that is like just following the rules because they should follow the rules, you know? And to me, it was plain Cheerios.
Oh, I was about to say checks. Like just like
I do love checks.
I know. I mean, it is the
Good.
best part of checks, like a actual like a when you make it.
Mix.
It's just
It
called Chex.
is the best part of a Chex Mix.
Especially like the dark one when it gets a
Oh,
lot of like soy
yes.
sauce and butter in it, and you're just like,
Yes.
and it's a little burnt. Come on.
I
give it.
think it's kind of it must have to do with sort of the shape and the pattern of the, because it's sort of like
I know, just like absorb, like locks all of that, like
yes, it's like a
fat
sponge.
inside. It's great.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry, back to your pick.
Oh, I forgot about Chex. There's so many cereals,
There's
and
so
I
many.
love them all, except for my chaotic evil, which I know we're gonna get to.
Ooh,
So yeah, Cheerios. Because like Cheerios,
that's a great one.
fine,
Right.
they're cereal.
Yep.
And
No
it's like
harm, no foul. Yeah.
exactly. It's like they're doing everything they need to do to check all the boxes to be a cereal, and that's what they're doing.
Yeah.
My nanny, when she would give us, not I didn't have a nanny. I'm referring to my grandmother, just to be clear. My nanny. No, I have had a grandmother called Nanny that we called Nanny. So my nanny, Terry Pugh, she would give us a bowl of Cheerios, but then she would take 2 spoonfuls of sugar, like fucking Mary Poppins, and put that shit in. Instead of doing like honey nut or something like that, she would just be like, no, it's good. We're just going to give you 2 spoons full of sugar in your cereal. Go ahead,
I
kid.
mean, that's what I would do to I mean, not 2 probably, but like my Rice Krispies, I was adding sugar.
Oh,
to
yeah.
that.
And it was good.
And then the bottom, you would have the sugar that like didn't dissolve, and it was just like a little like spoon of milky sugar that you like
Yes.
off the bottom.
What's not to love about milky sugar? Tell me that.
Okay, that's a great pick. Okay, sorry, I have to record it. Does it have a name, or is it just like it's Cheerios, not honey
I
nut?
just said Cheerios.
Okay.
Oh, thank you for recording this
Oh, I can
in our notes.
see where we land.
No, I like that. I love that we have the same one for one. Anyway,
I know. Okay, you pick the next one, right? Or do I?
I think you do.
We'll get this better next time. Okay, let's go ahead and stay in the lawful category and knock this out because you've probably guessed what mine is. Let's go lawful evil.
Have I guessed what yours is? You said laws about. Okay, so this has got to be one of the ones that's trying to get the cereals. Is it Tricks?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Because here's the thing about the Tricks Rabbit. always trying to get the cereal, it being yanked away from him by the laws, because the kids are literally like, it's not for you. It's for us, not for you. And the rabbit is so sad. His little ears go down every time when he's spoiled yet again and can't get the cereal. And here's the other reason why Trix is
totally right about this.
Is the names of the flavors of Trix cereal. I'm just going to read them to you, and
Please.
you're going to figure out what is evil. Orangey orange.
Wait, what was it called?
Orangey orange. It's like the flavor is orange, and it's describing it with what the actual flavor is. Lemony yellow.
No.
Raspberry red. Additional shapes and flavors were added and removed over the years, including grapey purple.
No.
Lime green, wild berry blue, and watermelon, which doesn't get a descriptor and is just actually the only one that's really a flavor. And I'm sorry, that's not helpful in the education of our children.
No, that's crazy. That's crazy. That is crazy. Lemony yellow. Oh my God. And again, I have to tip my hat for the research.
What is your lawful evil pick?
My lawful evil is Cap'n Crunch. And this is not having to do with how much I love the cereal, because I will say Cap'n Crunch is
good,
very high on my list of favorite cereals, because it maintains its crunch. That's one that will up the roof of your mouth. Like,
yes.
And that's the only, like unenjoyable part of the experience. But also, you got to have a little pain with your pleasure. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
I love the cereal of Cap'n Crunch, but I put it in lawful evil because I think that guy that's Cap'n, he seems like an imperialist. He seems like a colonizer. He seems like he's coming to your home, and he is gonna kick you out and burn your crops. You know what I mean?
Name it the wrong thing, put his flag there, and give you malaria.
Exactly. That's exactly right. He's gonna be bringing smallpox blankets. You know what I mean? And so Cap'n Crunch goes in the lawful evil for me, because he's using the laws of global imperialism and colonialization to fuck up somebody's world. I wish they had named it something else, because god damn, I love those tiny little crunchy bits.
That's awesome. That's a great pick. Solid. Very solid. That leaves us with just the chaotic categories remaining.
Ooh, I like that we ended with that.
Where do you want to start? Your pick.
Let's do neutral. Oh my God.
Chaotic neutral.
Yeah.
I hope you remember this.
Okay, tell me.
It was a short-lived mascot. We get a little obscure in my chaotic category. But these do exist and you can find them. Do you remember the Crazy Squares, which were the mascot for Cinnamon Toast Crunch?
Yes, I do.
Amount of time, which let me just read to you about the Crazy Squares. The Cinnamojis apparently is what they were renamed to at some point in time, formerly known as
retcon.
Crazy Squares are the mascots for General Mills Cinnamon Toast Crunch cereal. They were introduced in 2009 and featured in various commercials and advertisements for the brand. These characters are anthropomorphic. Say that word for me.
I hate that word, but I know what you mean.
Yes, whatever. Pieces of Cinnamon Toast Crunch cereal that I hate, also as a rule of thumb, advertising where the thing you are eating is the mascot
alive
for the thing.
Because why are you going to try to eat the thing you like?
So weird.
You like? I agree. And this is coming from an expert marketer. Guys. No. This is coming from an expert marketer advertiser. In fact, the highest level in her company for creative. By the way, go ahead.
They demonstrate the deliciousness of the cereal by eating each other.
Okay.
They do this either by attacking one another or setting traps for the other ones to fall into so they can be eaten.
Genna, what the fuck?
And if that doesn't make you go, why doesn't she have that for chaotic evil? I've got something else coming for you. The only reason this is in chaotic neutral is because I have a more evil cereal that had to go in the bottom right.
Okay, first of all, incredible pick, incredible research. I don't remember specifically these commercials, though I know I had to have seen them. But yeah, that's like having a pig be dancing around and asking you to come to the barbecue, which actually people do. And I don't know why they do that, because I actually, when I think about it as a pig, I don't want to eat it.
I'm gonna show. I pulled it up on a Google search, and you're gonna
Please.
remember them when you see them. Hold on, I
Let's
should
play it for,
share.
oh, can you share your screen? Can you share your Zoom screen? And then
Yeah.
it'll
Oh, yeah,
record
got
it. And it'll record it.
Do you remember these guys?
Oh my God, I can't. Oh my God, I do remember those guys.
I do
Yeah.
too. It was a short-lived
Aren't
campaign.
they still?
Alan Alda.
They're not still, these little guys aren't still on the,
I guess they could still be the
but they're
Cinemoji.
not like
Maybe they're not known for murdering
cannibalizing each other.
Right. And also being the thing you're supposed to be eating. So
Oh,
just weird on a lot of levels.
oh my God.
Yeah.
And what's funny about this is that you don't need to really advertise for Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Someone just has to try it one time. It's like crack.
Right. Look at
So delicious.
absolutely insane looking.
I don't need to see this one with a tongue out. In fact, that makes it less appetizing if you
Like, they're like cinnamoning, they're like adding spice
Oh
on
my
top of they're like
God.
standing on each other to add spice to this one so they can eat
That
it.
would literally be like a pig and then a bunch of other pigs like salting the one pig. I think barbecue joints do this.
I know. I that always creeps me out.
They
It
have to
creeps me out.
stop. I don't want to eat something that has a name, you
I want
know?
to pretend like it was never alive.
God dang, I gotta be a vegetarian. That fucking sucks. Nope. No.
Meat minimalism. Try just start
Meat
with meat.
yeah, and we do most of the time. But like
Okay.
pig, I love the way the pig tastes.
What is your chaotic
They're so
neutral?
smart, you know? Is it how smart they are?
They're
That makes
so
them so
smart.
delicious. I stopped eating octopus, you know, because apparently they're like
Oh.
aliens that
Did
are
you watch
more.
the documentary? I mean, it was
I still haven't.
pretty incredible.
I might watch it tonight, but I don't eat them anymore. But I should stop eating pig, but whatever. Maybe fake pig. I'm sure they've got that. Spam? Like, what's in that? Never mind. Sorry, I got us off track. Okay, so we are doing chaotic neutral. That was a really good, I just have to say, not only a really good pick, a very well-researched pick, a very well-articulated pick. Thank you for that. I don't really, oh, yes, I remember. Okay, my chaotic neutral is Fruit Loops. And it has a lot to do with Toucan Sam.
Okay.
Who is, and he did a whole campaign. So the Toucan Sam was the one, he loved Fruit Loops, right? He was a parrot, some sort of tropical bird.
I think he's a toucan.
Right. Toucan Sam, the parrot. No, she's right. As it turns out, he's a toucan. So Toucan Sam, a toucan. I think they picked him because his tropical colors are like the tropical colors of the Fruit Loops.
And they make up his nose. Like I've learned
right, the rings.
It has the rings, which is that's smart.
Yeah, no, I mean, as a kid looking at it, I didn't think twice about it. And I didn't ever, I think in terms, this is kind of an aside, but in terms of cereals, the ones that I tended to like less were the fruity ones. I wasn't like a huge fan of the fruity ones. I like the chocolate ones, you know what I mean? The sugar ones. But Toucan Sam for me is the chaotic neutral because he's always like, follow your nose. First of all, I don't know any kind of toucan that's supposed to have that great of smelling abilities. Like that doesn't seem right. Maybe if he was a bloodhound, you know, follow your nose. But second of all, have you ever smelled Fruit Loops? I've never smelled them. Do they have a scent? Who's picking up the smell of Fruit Loops? That doesn't make any sense to me. That's total chaos. And it makes no sense. And that's why
his beak is like, that's what they're calling. It's like this long.
Right. That it can have
even a nose.
It's not even it's not even a nose. That's his mouth, for fuck's sake. Have you ever heard of an animal smelling out of his mouth? No, neither have I. So yeah, that's why I picked Fruit Loops as chaotic neutral.
That's a great pick. That's a great pick. I love that. Okay, I guess, are we going to chaotic good so that we end on chaotic evil? Is that
Yes, let's go to chaotic good so we end on chaotic evil. Let's
Okay.
always end on chaotic evil.
agreed? Agreed. Okay, well then
Yes.
you
Oh,
start.
and then we gotta wait, but how about we do this? We do chaotic good and then we do a lightning round and then we end on chaotic evil.
Okay,
Yes.
I love it.
Also, I think this is a great podcast.
Guys, I don't know if you're tracking, but this is really good.
Like I would 100% listen to this.
Like, tell all your friends. It's a very good podcast.
Oh God.
Definitely top 3 probably ever.
Thanks,
Like
Mr.
cereal,
Shellnut. Shout out,
another
Mr.
one.
Shellnut. I know he's listening. That's Jenna's
Absolutely.
dad, by the
Yeah,
way.
absolutely.
He taught me about deep thoughts. Okay. So you want to do he'll love that shout out though. You gotta send this to him.
He'll be our one listener.
There was that one favorite one that me and him used to talk about how it was like a bear. Anyway, we can I'll research that and bring it up on a later podcast. So chaotic good. Is that where we're on?
Yeah. So
I go?
you pick up, you start this time.
So I have a first pick and a runner up for this category.
Okay.
So for chaotic good, I picked Cinnamon Toast Crunch. The reason being, thinking about the rules of cereal, cinnamon toast, that's not a cereal. You can't make an argument for that being a cereal, but it's delicious.
It's so good.
So it's good. So Cinnamon Toast Crunch was my number one because honestly, Cinnamon Toast Crunch, well, we're going to get to, that's how I think maybe we should end with what our favorite cereals are, but like that's high for me, Cinnamon Toast Crunch. And then the secondary one I got was Honeycomb because remember that like animal, like
Oh,
wild.
that's my pick for chaotic good. Is that creature, which is
You're
called,
kidding me.
No, it's
That was
called
my
Crazy
secondary pick.
Craving is its name, and that's my pick for chaotic good.
Guys, come on, give me a break. You know how many cereals there are in the world?
More than you think, honestly.
Honeycomb. Right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's like it's supposed to be your hunger. You like
Yes.
that starts craving honeycomb, like and then you become basically a Tasmanian devil. It's furry. It's giant. Has big eyes. Crazy craving. Yeah. Yes.
Oh my God. Well. Incredible.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Yeah. It's like this. It's like literally probably why I don't want to have children is that character.
Also, that's a really good cereal too. I love Honeycomb. Also, do you know what I'm realizing is Snickers kind of bit Honeycomb because you're right. Like when a kid got like really hungry for Honeycomb, they turn into, and Snickers, remember Snickers did a whole campaign. I feel like Snickers.
You're not yourself when you're hungry.
Exactly. And they're buying Honeycomb.
Genius.
Okay, chaotic evil. I think I should go first because I feel like yours is probably a really good one. But let's talk about what chaotic evil is first, right?
Yeah. So in my mind, chaotic evil is like your intention is to do harm.
Yeah.
But whether you can follow rules and do harm or break rules and do harm, you don't care as long as you're doing harm.
Right. And in fact, you want to break rules. You're antagonistic to rules. You like want to do harm. He's like the Joker to me. Is like, fuck your rules.
Yeah. The Joker's a great example. Yeah.
Fuck your rules. Fuck your whatever. Like, I'm here to watch it all burn.
Yeah.
Right?
Chaos Goblin. Yeah.
Chaos Goblin. So mine chaotic evil is the only cereal that I probably hate, which is the Lucky Charms that's only marshmallows.
Whoa. You hate it.
I hate it.
Did it have a name? I'm shocked that you hate it.
I hate it. Because I don't like those little marshmallows. I think they taste like shit.
Whoa.
Do you know what I'm talking about though? Where it was like they did it for a limited time where they were like Lucky Charms, but all marshmallows. Disgusting. Not only do I hate those little like I'm gonna call them mushrooms because that's kind of, I guess that's like the same way I think about them, is they're disgusting texture. I don't like them, and they make your milk taste like shit. And that's,
Wow.
yeah.
I used
Are
to go into the Lucky Charms box and just pull out the marshmallows and eat them. And then like dry, like just eat them like a snack. And then I'd be like so sad because like, over the course of time, your boxes now just become
It's like
marshmallow.
Cheerios at that
Yeah.
point.
And I was like, I hate this now. And I have to eat it until we are done. And then we get a
This
new
is another reason, another example of why we are soulmates, because we could eat a box full of Lucky Charms together and have no,
and never cross paths.
never, never, no conflicts to be seen,
Oh my gosh. I do agree though, it is chaotic evil, especially when you start by defining what cereal is supposed to be. Like it is
Yes.
not cereal. It is
It's
just marshmallows. You're just putting
in
marshmallows
milk.
in milk.
You're feeding children a bowl of marshmallows and milk.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think they did it more than once. I don't think it was like a thing they brought back, right?
I think probably not.
Or not. That's a great pick. I think that's a great pick.
So I can't wait to hear what yours is.
So mine is, it is a little known cereal brand that came to life in the early 90s. And I don't remember it as a cereal brand, but once I learned about it, I could not put it in this place. Tell me,
Okay.
do you remember a cereal called Big Mix with 2 G's and 2 X's?
No.
Yeah, no, yeah. Allegedly, the folklore behind this cereal is that it is basically taking like the 4 top classic cereals of I think Kellogg's and combining them all. So it's like it's got a Chex, it's got a Cheerio, whatever. I don't remember which 4. It's a big mix of 4 different cereals put into one box. And then so to bring that to life, they created a creature that is a combination of 4 different animals. And hold on, when I show you the Big Mix mascot, it is absolutely absurd.
No, Jenna, you're kidding me.
It is a moose,
It's a rooster at the top.
rooster, wolf, pig. And it gets worse and it's horrifying looking.
That's the stuff of nightmares.
It
Stuff
is
of
a,
nightmares.
it is a thing of nightmares. And on the commercial, they suggested that what you got in this box was literally swept off the floor of the cereal factory. It was like what had fallen on the floor when producing the other cereals, they've swept together and called it Big Mix. And that is chaotic evil if I've ever seen it.
This is the most chaotic evil thing I think I've ever seen in my life.
It's absurd. It's absurd that somebody was like, yeah, let's go to market with that. That'll be fine.
We're giving you all the scraps. And also here's
a monster to haunt you
like,
while you
honestly,
eat it.
I will have a nightmare about this thing tonight.
Yeah. While the tears roll down your face while you eat what we have scraped off the floor, here is something to scare you also.
Oh my God, incredible. I love that you found this. And honestly, I'm surprised that I don't know of a cereal.
I know, I could see you actually loving this when we were younger.
Well, that's the thing, is that it sounds kind of amazing, but this whole thing is
horrifying.
not, yeah.
It's like somebody who did not get accepted into any of the animation studios wound up working for Kellogg's.
Well, you know what it makes me think of? It makes me think of Man Bear Pig from South Park.
Yeah.
And Al Gore being talking about Man Bear Pig, and nobody believes him because he's Al Gore, he's wearing his Nobel Prize around his neck, he's like, Man Bear Pig. It's a good episode. I think it's multiple. and then Man Bear Pig comes out of this portal and everybody, and he's pulling people apart. It's like that. It's a thing of nightmares.
Some people shouldn't. Not everyone is good for every job.
And another way to think about it too is we could do anything. You know what I mean? We could do anything, Jenna.
Yeah.
Because there are people who are doing that.
That was
Why are
passable
we
in the
trying to be
90s.
perfect?
Passable. They put that on a cereal box you could buy at the store.
That is incredible.
Okay, what is your so lightning round?
Lightning round. Okay. So I think lightning round could be fun. And my idea of the whole, I mean, it's self-explanatory. I'm just gonna yell out a cereal at you. And you can take your time though. Don't feel under pressure, you know.
I've
We
got
don't
one.
do
I'm
that.
interested to see where you would put it. So I know what I'm gonna give you, but what do you have for me?
Okay. Oh shit. Oh, right. I'm gonna give you Fruity Pebbles.
Now if you'd said Cocoa Pebbles, that's a whole different ball game.
It's a whole different thing, right? And
I-
do you remember who the mascots are for Fruity Pebbles?
Yeah. Fred Flintstone and Barney Rubble
I
are the
completely
mascots.
had forgotten that.
And I think they've stuck with that for like a really long
A
time.
long time.
And I guess
Like,
it's
how
like
does
they
that
worked
make
in a stone quarry or something.
Did they have any fruit? He only ate that giant rib from the dinosaur.
Which also was his pet. I mean, not the one he's eating, but he had a pet dinosaur.
Crazy.
I think I would put it based on my previous conversation, not about the mascots, although maybe about the mascots, honestly. I think I'm going neutral evil for Fruity Pebbles. And it's how quickly they disintegrate in milk was really problematic for me. And then it would turn the milk a horrible color.
Oh, disgusting.
And I don't like these two white bros, these dumb white men who have way outkicked their coverage in their marriages, being the mascot.
True. Holy shit. Both of them.
Yeah.
Betty
and Wilma are beautiful.
Oh my God, dimes.
Yes.
I don't know if kids still say that. That means 10 out of 10 kids.
I want to know where you would put Frankenberry. Do you know this cereal?
God, of course I know Frankenberry.
Can we talk about for a second, like the because it was Count Chocula, I think,
which I Count Chocula was gonna be the other thing I had for the lightning round.
And then they built on that. They're like, this is working. How do we run with this? And they added in Frankenberry, Boo Berry, and I think there's a fourth one too that are all
I'm looking them all up right now.
Kind of like scary, and they're so clever. I just think they're so creative.
They are really creative. And the truth is, like, this is like right in my wheelhouse. Like, I like the spooky scary. You know what I mean? Like, that's the kind of stuff I like. I really liked Count Chocula for probably the obvious reason that it was like chocolate forward. Frankenberry. Oh, sorry. This is interesting. Okay, hold on. Let me show what I'm looking at right now.
There is an image of Frankenberry that he looks straight up like he is posing for a like Men for Men calendar that I found. And I'm here for it. I'm here for it.
Look, I'm definitely here for that.
Fuck.
But like, look, this is saying Frankenberry, new Casper meets Wendy.
Marshmallows.
So this
they're just combining words. They're just combining. None of that makes any sense.
Like, what are they talking about? So, but you remember that Casper movie, right? Because Devon Sawa, I think, was Casper, and we were all like, Devon's hot, right?
I mean, Casper was epic.
Casper, was it Devon Sawa?
I don't know.
What happened to Devon Sawa? But anyway, he was quite the heartthrob.
I think he died and became a ghost in this film.
I think you're right. I think you're not wrong. And you know, he wasn't actually even the first ghost I had a crush on as a kid, because that kid in Hocus Pocus could get it.
Oh my gosh. Well, we definitely need to unpack that.
Yeah. I'll show some photos on one of our next episodes. But like, is this Frankenberry on the right? This
yeah, that is a version of him.
Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna stop my share so you can find some other pictures.
This is the one that I love of him that I want you to see.
Yeah, let me see.
I've got to find it for you. Frankenberry, there it is. No, that's not it. Where are you? Hold. Franken. Oh yeah, Boo Berry, and I mean,
Berry.
Like it was just very clever. Oh, this is it. This is the one. Hold on, let me see. Not that
How am I
good
gonna
here.
categorize this? Oh, chaotic good.
He's wearing chain suspenders. He is like, come tie
Chaotic good.
me up.
Chaotic good. And he's a man that's not afraid to embrace his love of pink, you
Yes.
know, and his like feminine
And his curve and
power.
all of
And
it.
yes, I'm gonna go with chaotic good because it's my favorite category, and this is giving so much chaotic good. This is saying break the rules, be
Isn't it
who you are,
excellent?
and put it in a cereal. Sell it
Yeah.
to kids as a cereal. That's
Yeah.
what this is to me. I love this. I love this lightning round pick, and I say chaotic good for sure.
Yeah.
And can I please show you this
Yeah.
picture of Boo Berry, which I'm like, that looks familiar to me. Sorry, Mom. Helen will never listen to this. Uh this ghost is stoned eating the cereal. That is a high ghost. Look at that. Look at those eyes. You recognize them?
Not
Look,
the eyes you mean specifically.
look. This is a high ghost eating Boo Berry
He
cereal.
looks pretty happy.
Exactly.
I got just a cutout mask. You could cut that out and like
Okay, that's another thing we should cover before we end. Oh no. Oh, okay, good. Is cereal was not only delicious back in our day, it was a whole magical experience. You got toys.
Yeah.
You got games on the back of the boxes. There was a great example of even getting a whole mask that you could cut out and wear. I don't know if anybody ever did that. That would be interesting to know, you know. But, you know, cereal was a big part of our childhood, right?
It's true. It's true. Cereal it connects us all as people in America.
Cereal is the true connector.
Oh my gosh. What do you want to say your favorite cereal before we go, before we close this one?
You go first, if you don't mind.
Do we want like current or like of all time?
Oh man, this could be a whole nother podcast episode, honestly. Why don't we say our top three right now? If we could eat any cereal right now, top three, what would they be?
I mean, probably none. I think it's usually I think I was asked this at a work retreat not that long ago and I said iced coffee. Because I am just this lady is not eating food in the morning. She's iced coffee into the veins for about the first 8 hours
Okay, well,
of the
what
day.
about maybe a snack at midnight, a midnight snack?
It's all salt. Or did which one the highest sodium
Right, you're salty.
content
You're a salty
wins.
person.
Yes. I do granola, like a little bit of granola
You said you
on a
do granola.
on a
Sorry.
yogurt
I
sometimes.
do like that.
But yeah, we are not. I do not.
Okay, then as a child,
Cinnamon Toast Crunch, I think, was my favorite as a child.
mine is.
Although I also love Frosted Mini Wheats because structural integrity.
They say crispy crunchy. You know.
You have to wait. You have to forget about that bowl for hours to take those fuckers down.
Honestly, it's like waiting for a.
They're the
Coca-Cola.
Titanic of cereal.
That is how they should market it. We're
Well,
gonna go
call
down.
your girl. Call your girl. I am here to help. I'm here to help market your cereals. Let's
Lizzie
go.
Kellogg's or General Mills.
go.
That's probably General Mills.
Yeah, yeah.
Look, we're gonna go down, but it's gonna take a while.
You can get on the life wrap. You can get women and children will be spared. If you make any action plan at all, you might save everybody.
This is a brilliant idea, by the way.
What is your favorite cereal of all time? We've named a lot of chocolatey ones.
I actually think though my number one top favorite. Well, I think Tide, Cocoa Puffs, and Cocoa Pebbles are tied. But then also, I really love Captain Crunch and Peanut Butter Captain Crunch are also kind of at the same level on a secondary level. And then I think Cinnamon Toast Crunch and Smacks. We didn't even talk about Sugar Smacks.
Oh yeah, well I have a lot of information about Dig'em Frog, which is which is the sugar smack.
I remember him.
With his smooth, sultry voice, as described on the website where I got my information.
Incredible. And a delicious cereal.
It was a good cereal.
Hey, oh my God, we didn't even say Golden Grams. Have you ever had Golden Grams?
Yes.
I think Golden Grams might be my #1 top favorite.
Really? Okay. It held its own for a while. You could slow down the pace of your eating slightly with Golden Grams.
Right. I forgot you were, it is all about like the timing for you. It's like, how fast can I?
How long is it gonna last before I hate this in my mouth? Which is a thing we have to do around my house a lot.
How long until this turns into something I hate? And I love it. And I get it. It goes from something you love to like, no, disgusting, get it out of my face. I cannot. Incredible. I think this was about an hour and a half. Maybe not that long.
That's okay. Hopefully, if you stuck around, we're glad
Thanks
you're
for
here.
listening.
Tell us your what cereal you put in chaotic evil, and we'll see you next week with a whole new topic to align on.
Yeah.